Is it so? Is it so? We got to talk about this, man. We got some exciting boxing coming up this weekend, this Saturday. So if your question, will T-Dub be live this Saturday? Back at it, like a crack at it. Calling this boxing work? Yes, I will be here, guys. Talking this work. Make sure you're here joining me so we can talk about it. All right, so let's make sure everything is running okay. You know what I'm saying? You come on in, sit down, relax. Clean your shoes off. Don't track on my carpet. Let's see what we got. Again, man. Again. This is some good stuff we're getting here. I got wind of this a few hours ago. There we go. Hold on, let me see. I just want to make sure I can see everything. And we're going to cook. Okay, let's do this. All right. Let's kill the music. All right, guys. Until Lola put them hips away. Give it up for Lola, guys. Please give it up for the lovely Lola. There she is. All right, man. Listen, guys. Here we are. We're live. The Jacob. What's up, champ? What's up, man? So what's good, fam? What's good with you, man? Listen, bro, we are live, man. I can't wait to talk this boxing with you guys. I took a break from my regular job, finally set a schedule, and we're getting it, man. Wilder versus Fury 3? Wait a minute. I thought that was long gone. I thought the contract expired. But this is seen like one of those cases of not too fast. Fury versus Joshua not done? How? How, Sway? How? D-Ray in the building. What's up, champ? What's up, man? What's cracking? Guys, we're going to talk about it, man. We got to get into it. Fury versus Wilder 3. It is not confirmed. But many people know or knew or thought that wasn't confirmed. Many people thought that was so far gone, right? But an interview that I'm going to play, I'm going to try to break it up a little bit, but an interview I'm going to play will let you guys hear that Fury versus Joshua is not done. And I got a chance to listen to a little bit. I couldn't quite finish it, but when I heard Tyson Fury on IFL, when I heard him say that until he get cash in his hand and you can't rule out Wilder. You can't rule out Wilder. Woo! The comment section lit Fury up. Will the Magic Man in the building said, what's blazing the sports? Salute to you, T-Dub, and all the chat. Yes, yes. Trilogy B4 Undisputed. Now here, this is what we're going to do, guys. Let's talk about it. That's what we're here for, right? We're here to cook. All right? Salute. Let me drink some coffee, man. I don't even need it because I'm already on a natural high. I can feel it coming through. You know that Phil Collins song, right? All right, man. Let's get to it, right? Let's get to it.
What like going on? What people don't know behind the scenes.
Let me see.
Maybe a defense of his people in a real fight.
I want to try to get to the point where it wasn't that far in because I didn't get a chance to hear it all. 17 minutes of it. But I'm going to let you guys know where to find it. It is on IFL. But let me give you my thought first. And then after that, you go back and listen to it yourself.
And being inactive is the most terrible thing.
Matter of fact, let's do this.
So, do you think that's where we could probably end up?
Very possible. I think Isaac Lowe could definitely make Super Bantam for a
all
world
right.
title, yeah.
This is,
He's 20-0-3. He's 20.
let me fast forward.
Yeah. Well, I think the fight that we all want to see.
So it's quite impossible at the moment. Shows like this really make bread and butter fights to polish their skills and own the skills.
I'm skipping, guys. Trying to get to the good
How
part.
you cope with being inactive? I mean, like you said, February last year, it's over a year now.
Listen.
And you said that you can't get a fight, but obviously, I think the whole world is waiting for this fight.
Yeah. There's no
Listen
fights
up.
on at the moment, so it's one of them. I'm that good. I could take five. Well, I already took 3 year out there and come back and walk Wilder. So I'm light years ahead of them. So inactivity don't really mean much to me, to be fair.
Like I say, you're always training, but not now. You're like 10 pints. How many pints you had today?
I've not had any today. Usually start around about 6.
Right.
So if you see me singing and dancing in here later, you know I've had a few jars.
Perfect. I'll be joining you. Don't worry about that.
Yeah. So it's the inactivity. All fighters will be suffering now with it. A lot of fighters haven't boxed since 2019. I was lucky enough to get one in 2020, so it is what it is. But yeah, like I say, Isaac's fighting tomorrow. Tough little fight for him, but
In the building, let's get to the chat, man. Here we go. Shout out to D-Ray in the building. Will the Magic Man in the building. What is cracking, homie? The expert genius one is in the building. Of course. D Jacob in the building. Jose Flores in the building. What's up, T-Dub? Let's get it, champ. Now, American Path to Travel. What's up, champ? So, listen to this, man.
get a fight later on in the year, maybe a defence of his WBC title. Just keep that active and keep climbing the rankings. I think he's number 7 or something in the world rankings now. So it's only a matter of time before he gets a shot at a belt of some sort.
He did, like, he's paid his dues now. He's done his apprenticeship. I think it's
this is 24 fight.
I might have to skip it. Come on, here we get to it.
He'll be ready for
Let me skip 10 seconds.
He's in it for a long run. You're a short. But on your side, Tyson Fury's side, you said there's nothing to report.
Well, let's break it down, shall we?
Okay. Let's break it down. Hey, let's break it down then, Fury. Let's break it down. Legos.
Eddie Hearn's a boxing promoter. So is Bob Arum. It's our job to sell the fight. Joshua is saying what he's saying. I don't know what he's saying. I'm not on social media at the moment at all. So whatever they say is very unimportant to me. Until I've got a date, a fight, and a hell of a load of money in my pocket, there's no fight.
There's no fight? What do you... Hold up. Wait a minute. Brendan Smith in the building. Wait a minute. Expert genius. Champ, wait a minute, bro. Uh-oh. Hold up. I heard that. That's the first time I heard the Cash App thing. I just heard it. My boy Jose Flores, let me get to it. Let me put some respect on my boy Jose Flores' name. Let me put some respect on his name, man. Put some respect on it. Put some respect on it. Just a little respect. Jose Flores coming in the building, guys. Cash App champ in the building. Jose Flores. There we go, champ. I mean, that's the first time I heard it, man. First time I heard it ever go ching. Here's the thing, man. Let me do this while I'm talking to mute the music. I only got the music, trying to blur out any kind of copyright. But matter of fact, let's back that up 10 seconds. Right? Let's back it up 10 seconds. Listen.
At all. So whatever they say is very unimportant to me. Until I've got a date, a fight, and a hell of a load of money in my pocket, there's no fight.
But guys, listen, man. Tyson Fury right here is confirming what a lot of people did not want him to confirm, is that even though all the promotion and talking about everything was pretty much agreed upon, right? Bob Arum was talking about, everything agreed upon. Just now the contract, just actually getting it writing, right? Maybe picking a location. Eddie Hearn said, places out in the Middle East. And he also said the UK is still in the runnings. He said the UK is still in the runnings, a low chance, but, bigger this fight and there's money in this fight. It probably won't land in the UK, but they were still there. There was even was a contract leak that each fighter was going to make a guaranteed $70 million with some else back end money that'll push each fighter making $100 million. It was something like that, right? Let's keep listening.
There's a lot of things going on, what people don't know behind the scenes. That can... Court. Listen to what he said again. There's a lot of things going on that people don't know behind the scenes. Arbitration. Mediation. Okay. There's no fight. There's a lot of things going on, what people don't know behind the scenes. That can scupper a fight like that. So nothing's actually on until you're actually in the ring. So yeah, we're nowhere near that at the moment.
Can you understand why, like,
Nowhere near that at the moment. Jose said, but do you believe Tyson Fury? With a grain of salt, I don't know, man. Listen, man, I'm being honest. I don't know when Fury is telling the truth. I don't know when Fury is lying. I don't know. I don't know. But I know he's coming out and, you know, why is he confirming right now that he said there's no fight? He said there's a lot of things that people don't know that is happening in the back end. What is happening in the back end?
fans like went desperate for this fight because it's like two British heavyweight champions, undisputed fight. Do you know what I mean? For selfishly as boxing fans like me and everybody in here, we're looking at you and going, Tyson, please give us some good news and stuff like that. Selfishly, I mean, like, but we want the fight. I'm guessing that you definitely want the fight. You've called for Joshua for long enough, so.
The interviewer is begging Tyson Fury. He's begging Tyson Fury. Come on, you know, the people that really want to, come on, man, please, come on. You know?
What can you do on your part, if anything?
Can't do nothing.
No.
It's out of my hands. Nothing to do with me. It's nothing to do with me at all. I'm just a boxer.
Now, does Tyson Fury have a point there? The interviewer like, come on, we want this. Is there anything that you can do to help get us this mega fight that we want, you know, in the UK? And Tyson Fury like, listen, there's nothing I can do. It's out of my hands. Is he telling the truth? Possibly. He is possibly telling the truth. He said, there's nothing I can do. I'm just a fighter. Which means that he doesn't have any actual power to wield any kind of contracts, to enforce any kind of contracts, or to rip up any kind of contracts. That right there, I kind of believe Tyson Fury. He is just a fighter. He's signed with Top Rank. He signed with what's the other? You know the other company that Tyson Fury signed with. He has two different promotional companies. He does not really call his own shots, right? Even though he's coming out and doing this, he doesn't call his own shots. But in this interview, I cannot say 100% of it is true because we know Tyson Fury. But I do say there is some truth within lies. Lies are only believable is if you implant some part of truth in there. Let's keep listening.
There's a lot of things behind the scenes going on, like I say, that can alter a fight. Do I think I'm going to be fighting Joshua in the next 10 minutes? Hell no. Do I think the fight will eventually happen sooner or later? Yes.
When you hear somebody say sooner, now let's pretend, right? We're pretending that Tyson Fury is being truthful. We're gonna pretend that because we know Tyson. Tyson is like a fish out of water. He flip. You know, but let's pretend he's telling the truth. Right now, he said, "Listen, can I say the next 10 minutes this fight is gonna guarantee happen like now? Hell no. But would it happen sooner or later? Yes. Sooner or later doesn't mean next. It doesn't even really mean within the next year. It just means at some point before I retire, or even after retiring, coming back. Guys, if he is telling, let's say he's telling the truth. If he is telling the truth, could we possibly be having another Kell Brook in the Amir Khan? A fight that should have happened but never happened for the UK.
It's to happen, but do I think it's imminent? Right next minute? No, I don't. Listen, we've seen.
He said Top Rank and MTK. Thank you, Expert Genius.
Mayweather and Pacquiao. How long did that go on for?
I know, but that sort of died there. That fight was.
He using Pacquiao and Mayweather. That means this fight can go. This fight can be pushed off for a long time.
Sort of like a wet fish. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
What do you want
But then when it finally did happen, it was the most pay-per-view fight in history. Even though it was a wet fish, he still did just under 5 million buys. So suggest it's just the biggest fight ever in history.
Yeah.
So yeah, when this fight when it finally does happen, then I'm sure that we'll all get to see it. But I'm not going to hold my breath for it. That's for sure. I'm not putting all my eggs in one basket because I've been guilty of doing that before. And then these fights don't happen.
I'm not putting all my eggs in one basket. He's not worried about it. He's not sweating it. Is this just a tactic that Tyson Fury is using to get Eddie Hearn's side to give him advance money now? Is he just saying this to let them know that he's not really worried about the fight? He has other options. So if you want him to fight Joshua next, you have to sweeten the pot a lot more and a lot more faster than planned? I don't know. What are your thoughts?
And then I end up in a massive depression and feel like killing myself. So I'm not gunning to say, oh, this fight's definitely happening in May, June, August, whatever. If it happens, great. If it doesn't, I can't do anything about it.
See, that's probably the best way for you to look at it, obviously.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
That's the way I look at all these fights. Wilders, anybody. Listen, I'm open to fight Fred Flintstone and his cousin. I've got 2 fights this year and I don't give a fuck who it is with.
I'm open to fight Fred Flintstone and his cousin. I got 2 fights this year and I don't give a F who it is. Question, is that true? Because, or if that was true, wouldn't he have agreed to fight Deontay Wilder in February, honor the rematch clause, and then turn around and fight Anthony Joshua in June? Right? Because even you look at February, let's say fight Wilder, let's say if he beat Wilder, March, April, May, June, that's 4 months to promote to have this mega fight. And it will leave no stones unturned because you'd already cleaned up and handled Deontay Wilder. That way you don't have to worry about no court, no mediation, no arbitration. None of that stuff would even exist. But right now he is stating that he'll fight anyone. But while he is in court fighting someone not to fight that someone, I'm just being honest, guys. I'm an honest guy, and I respect you guys' opinion. And one thing I love about the chat, sometimes you guys agree with me, sometimes you guys disagree with me. And then that's when we get damn good videos, because we get to get both sides. But how can he say he's willing to fight anyone when he is currently in court fighting against someone not to fight that someone? Make that make sense. If you do, give me $1.
I don't care. I don't care if it's Joe Bloggs, Fred Flintstone, Mike Tyson, anybody. I just want to fight this year.
Well, Mike Tyson make a comeback. You never know.
Yeah.
Tyson v. Tyson.
Yeah, definitely be a big one.
Tyson.
You mentioned Wilder there. I mean, obviously,
Wilder.
after you beat him in Vegas, he came up with numerous excuses and stuff like that. And some might say he's brilliant.
Look at the interviewer. Wilder, after he fought Wilder, he came up with numerous excuses, right? The interviewer right now is trying to lead Fury down a path to answer this question and basically fire negatively at Deontay Wilder. Let's see how Fury responds to this.
Under the bus, do you feel like he's done that with his comments against?
I don't know. I'm not interested in anything they got to say. None of my business. I'm sure him and his relationship with his boxing trainer is up to him, and none of my concern. But you know, Wilder, don't write Wilder off out the occasion either. He could fight me next. Who knows?
Wait a minute. We gotta run that back. Tyson Fury, who stated, I would never fight Wilder again. You Dawson. You bum Dawson. You Dawson, right? I would never fight you again, right? Now, Tyson Fury is saying,
I'm sure him and his relationship with his boxing trainer is up to him, and none of my concern. But you know, Wilder, don't write Wilder off out the occasion either. He could be fighting me next. Who knows? I could have a third trilogy with Wilder here. Like I say, a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes. There's a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes.
A lot of stuff going on behind the scenes that involve lawyers, retired judge, business offices, suits, and contracts being looked at. If people can see that Fury, Top Rank, MTK, and Warren are lying, contradicting and manipulating the people, and Daniel is still running the show at MTK. What? Listen up. See, listen, guys. This is not me saying this. I'm going off of what Tyson Fury is saying. And this video, oh my gosh, it has damn near as many dislikes as it does with likes. Guys, you know what? I forgot I'm supposed to have a meeting right now. Guys, do me a favor. I'm going to click in like I'm joining this meeting. But you guys know what I'm doing, right? Hold on. Give me a second. Matter of fact, let's play this here.
Like me next, who knows? I'm sure Ermany's relationship with his boxing trainer is up to him, and none of my concern. But, you know, Wilder, don't write Wilder off on the occasion either. He could be fighting me next, who knows? I could have a third trilogy with Wilder. Like I say, a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes. There's a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes, and, you know, Wilder might be next. Who knows?
We'll see. Would you bring these fights to the UK?
No. I won't ever box here again.
Oh, really?
No.
Woo! I know I'm trying to log into this meeting. What did he just say? Do you remember when they was first pumping up about Tyson Fury was fighting Joshua, big UK showdown, and even before that, I could be wrong, but didn't Tyson Fury say he wanted to fight somebody around December 5th? You know, he wanted to fight in the UK? Remember, he's like, I'm not waiting on this Dawson Wilder. I want to fight now. And he was supposed to try to fight somebody December 5th. They were trying to narrow down a selection of fighters. And that fight was supposed to take place in the UK, if I remember right. Something changed again.
Going on behind the scenes, and, you know, Wilder might be next. Who knows?
We'll see. Would you bring these fights to the UK?
No. I won't ever box here again.
Oh, really?
No. Finished.
Well, that's actually made me feel.
He's a superstar of world boxing. He ain't gonna box in a small old show somewhere.
What about Morecambe Beach?
It's got to be in the capital of entertainment in the world. My own city now is Vegas.
Wow.
Last 3 fights there. My last 4 fights has been California Staples Center, MGM Grand Garden Arena, T-Mobile Arena, and MGM. So they've all been over there. So I intend to stay there and end my career over there. But well.
Guys, now we've been hearing a lot about this fight. It was supposed to take place in the UK, and then we heard Saudi Arabia. We heard a couple more different countries that was trying to land this big fight. But according to Tyson Fury, he just said, my last 3 fights have been in Las Vegas and California, and I plan on ending my career there. Did he just now tell us that the fight is going to be in the USA? How do you interpret this?
MGM Grand Garden Arena, T-Mobile Arena, and MGM. So they've all been over there. So I intend to stay there and end my career over there.
But well, that's news. It's a little exclusive here for Level TV, which is good.
Wow.
I want to get your thoughts on the heavyweight scene right now. We've got Dillian Whyte and Povetkin, their rematch at the end of the...
Guys, let's talk about Dillian Whyte now. What do you think about that, man? What do you think about that? Jose Flores, I figured he wouldn't fight Wilder because of all the excuses he gave out and being a bad sport. Bernard Smith, someone just fight someone. The ex-Virginians, I'm tired of this Wilder excuse thing. Guess we all have sort of memories when he said he was 60% in the first fight, needed 2 tune-up fights before the rematch. My boy in this building, the one, the only, Von D Gaming. What type of defenses does Fury really have? He always seems to run when the kitchen's hot like a coward. Ooh! Von D Gaming coming here slanging. But let's keep listening, guys.
Were you shocked like everybody else with Povetkin getting that stoppage?
No, I wasn't shocked. No, I always knew Povetkin's pretty good at fighting people his own size. And he's never really lost against
Let me see if I can get back to some Wilder work.
Do you think White can get there? If he obviously dropped Povetkin twice in that first fight.
Let me see if I can get back to some Wilder work.
And he had a man down twice in that.
Hold on.
Joe Joyce, I mean, great.
Knows what's coming. We don't know if we're going to open up in June or if we're going to have another lockdown.
Let's see.
Who knows?
How about for you though, Tyson? How do you feel about it all? Obviously, you want to fight. You're a fighting man. You've made that known since you started boxing. You're a fighting man. You just want to put them gloves on, get in that ring and fight. So how are you feeling in this moment in time, not being able to have that fight date, not being able to tell your fans that you've got a fight?
I'm not too bothered, to be fair. I've made plenty of money out of my career. I've got no debts. I'm doing all right. If I was absolutely flat broke, then I'd be sitting here biting my nails thinking how I'm going to pay my bills. But thank God I've been in a position where I've done all right in my life. So I'm not too. When it happens, it happens. When it doesn't, it doesn't. It's one of them. I can't alter the world. No matter what I say, it's not going to convince the world to open up again. It's out of my hands. And like I've always said, going back even a year ago when this COVID thing first started.
Tyson Fury. Let's try to make heads or tails of this, guys. Tyson Fury. Believe him or not, do you believe him, right? This interview that I've been playing for you guys and that I recommend you guys after you get through this video first. Okay, we take care of business first around here. Go to IFL and check it out. About 17 minutes long. Do you believe Tyson Fury in this video or not? We've seen him flip-flop before. What do you think about this? My appearance, this is my appearance, is that he is coming off like he is telling majority truth. I don't know, but he comes off like he's telling majority truth. I'm still going to play the rest of it. It's a few more minutes left. He is saying that, listen, there is no done deal with Anthony Joshua. Until I get a date, a venue, and a whole lot of cash, there is no done deal. He said, I am just a fighter. MTK and Top Rank are pretty much the promoters. Eddie Hearn, there are the promoters. But as of right now, if you ask me right now, am I fighting Anthony Joshua next? Hell no. Hell no. Will it happen sooner or later? Yes, it has to happen. Look at Pacquiao versus Mayweather. 5 years late. I know the fight wasn't that good, but it was the biggest fight today. He said, listen, I wouldn't even rule. This is what Tyson Fury said. I wouldn't rule out Deontay Wilder next. Many of you guys that was in here heard that. He said, I would not rule him out next. He said, there's a lot of things going on in the background. A lot of things going on. Lawyers, contract, arbitration. Wilder might be next. He said, I don't care who I fight next. I'm fighting twice this year. And I don't care if it's Fred Flintstone, Barney Rubble. I don't care. But he said, I would not rule out Wilder next, even though he stated that he would never fight Wilder again. Which is why I ask you guys, do you believe him? Would imagine, man, the UK would probably give Fury a license to fight AJ for Undisputed, but probably not for any other fight.
It's like whenever it finishes, it finishes. Whenever it doesn't, it doesn't. It's not like we're in World War III. People have got to stay at home, put a mask on, no biggie. So, over. It is what it is.
Well, fingers crossed we'll see fans back, because like you'll see tomorrow night in that arena there,
I've actually been to one of these fights before. I went and watched one last year.
Let me see if it's in it. Like I said, I didn't watch the end of it.
My first trip to Vegas and stuff like that.
But hey, here's what I'm going to go to next, guys. Flores Nas, I don't, but I also don't want to see a third Wilder fight. Fury beat him up, and at both fights, it was brutal. All right. Well, let me show you guys on this video, right, that I'm watching. 516 thumbs up, 339. Can you see that? Not really. 339 thumbs down. Let's get to the comments. What do the people think about Fury? Remember, guys, I'm just saying that when Fury was saying, I'm done with Wilder, the dumb Dawser, right? And he was fighting Joshua next, right? The UK crowd kind of accepted Fury back. because they was giving them the undisputed UK fight, right? But let's see what they think now. Let's go to the comment section, guys. You let me know if it's positive or negative. First comment: I thought it wasn't about the money. Good boxer, but always contradicting himself. He does talk some bullocks. Fury said, being inactive is the most terrible thing to happen to any athlete. He keeps saying this. No, please, no warm-up fight with the prayer hands. This is not me. This is the comment section. This is some dude named Tom Wilson. How is this interviewer gonna let this guy slide when he says he won't fight in the UK again? Wow, I'll tell you right now, this Tom Wilson guy, he probably used to call Tyson Fury by his name. Now he is saying, how is this interviewer gonna let this guy, short of saying this Dawser, slide when he says he won't fight in the UK again? Alex says, truth be told, he came across like a right tool in this interview. He's already loaded up the excuses for avoiding Anthony Joshua fight. Same with his dad. Disappointing. When did Fury beat Wilder up in the first fight? Jose Flores 10 rounds to 2. That's an ass whooping. Vontae Gaming. I remember Fury said he was knocked out unconscious in that first fight. Okay, here we go. Let's keep going, man. See, right now we're just talking about what the people saying. That was my chat. Now I am reading directly from this interview. I am reading from the interview he done it on. Let's see. Blue says, I get the feeling from this that if it wasn't for COVID, he would be retired by now. Sounds like he can't wait to get out of the game. Now, I got to ask you a question. By him saying, I just want to fight twice in 2021, I don't care who it is, does it sound like Fury is just trying to fulfill his obligation he got signed, probably with ESPN? And does he retire after that? I don't know. Or is he like, you know what? I'm tired of being under contract. I want to finish my contract. That way, I can be on a fight-by-fight basis. How do you interpret that? Brennan Smith says Eddie is doing the same thing that he did. What is the past? What is in the past? Let's get back to this their chat. David Harrison says, so frustrating watching when he's not interested. Horrible interview. Rocket says the guy who lied about donating his whole purse to charity. Most negative interview from Tyson Fury for a long time. Wow. Both sides says the fight's basically on, and Fury is saying he's on holiday, downing points, and says the fight's not on. Sound like Fury is shitting himself at the thought of fighting AJ. Wow. No positive comments, guys. There's no positive comments. There's no, let me see, here's one. Stanley says, if it happens, great. If it doesn't, can't do anything about it. He's quoting Tyson Fury. Quotations. If it happens, great. If it doesn't happen, can't do anything about it. These are his words now. You could sign a contract and make it happen, you big dosser. Oh! Woo-hoo. Listen, man. Listen. Unlike my boy in the chat, Jose Flores. Shout out to my boy Jose Flores, man. Definitely come in and support the channel. Be hitting the cash out. But on this one, I disagree. I want to see Wilder versus Fury, and I think the winner of that fight should fight Joshua. That's just my thoughts on it. They have a contract. The first fight was close. It was a draw. I thought Fury fought very well in the first fight. I think he looked more impressive to people because people didn't have a high expectation on how he will look versus Deontay Wilder, who was bombing everybody out there. I do think a lot of rounds that Wilder won, they kind of went unnoticed because they look for him being just a big hitter. But and I think they also look at that the knockdown in the fifth. What round was it? I know he knocked Fury down early in the fight, and then he knocked him down in the 12th round. So when you look at that, even though you might have Tyson Fury probably winning more of the actual rounds, but when you look at the points, that's how come it can be a draw. Or people can argue that Wilder should have edged it, or Fury should have edged. To be honest, I wasn't mad about the decision because honestly, it was that good of a close fight. And we saw it twice, right? Second fight, the first 2 rounds, honestly, they were pick'em rounds, right? Some people had Wilder win the first, some had him losing the first, some had him win the second, some had him losing the second. And then the third round come where Fury lands a shot to the back of his head that Wilder never recovered from. And from there, honestly, it just was, it was just a landslide victory for Tyson Fury. Can't take that away. Very similar to how Anthony Joshua and Andy Ruiz. The first 2 rounds was, probably some Joshua rounds. Third round come, and Andy Ruiz hit Joshua in the back of the head. Boom. He never recovered. Joshua got his ass whooped to the 7th round, and it got stopped. Ow. And Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder, different fights, but the fights were so damn similar, right? And even when a lot of people were saying Joshua shouldn't fight Andy Ruiz next, he should take fights off. My videos, I always stated that, listen, Joshua can't do that. I said, listen, if Joshua has to run this fight right back. He got to find his nuts, let him hang, let him swing, and get back in there, and he got to beat Andy. If he does not, he won't see them titles no time soon. And that's the same way I stand with Deontay Wilder. Wilder should not step aside, let no Fury go on, move on. If he wants to keep a title and be in contentions, he needs to fight for it, which why they put it in contract. Joshua versus Andy Ruiz, 3rd round went bad for Joshua. Every round after that to the 7th round was very bad for Joshua. Knocked down 3 or 4 times, right? Wilder versus Fury. 3rd round went bad for Wilder. Every round after that went bad for Wilder. He was knocked down 2 or 3 times, right? Wilder, the corner threw in the towel. Joshua, he didn't answer the referee's commands to come out and fight. Both fights stopped in the 7th. My thing is, because some of you guys don't know, I am a Deontay Wilder fan, big Bronze Bomber fan. My thing is honor the contract, settle the contract, and then go on. I think it would be bigger. It's just me personally, right? I think it would be bigger. Right now, Tyson Fury has a guarantee, so many millions. He is the A side over Deontay Wilder for the purse. He is the A side. So if he beats Wilder, and if it's that easy to beat Wilder, go in there, beat him again, make your $60 or $70 million, and then go fight Joshua and make you another $120 million, assuming, and in 2 fights you done gross damn near $200 million, and then you can fight Joshua again and make even more money. Remember, this is the business about making money. If somebody is easy work, you fight your easy work. But I did many videos where people told me, T-Dub, you're wrong. He's out of contract. T-Dub, you're my man, right? You're my man, but we don't want to see it. I'm saying, listen, I get it. I get it. Some people don't want to see it again, and I get it because it's your preference, and it's okay. We all have preference, right? We all do. When we watch a fight, some of us want one guy to win, some of us want another guy to win. There's nothing wrong with that. We just got to see how it play out. And if it plays out in your favor, then you say, I told you so. You get your bragging rights, right? You guys know me. T-Dub has the E-Crow list. You pick a side. And there's no right or wrong until the fight comes out. So with this one, I don't know what's going to happen.
Can scupper a fight like that.
Jesus Christ, follower, his knuckles were in the gloves. Man, you didn't see that. He cheated with the padding in the glove. Boxing is so corrupt. Woo! It sounds like, it seemed like the T-Dub chat is going at it. Ooh! Guy, listen, I'm not gonna lie. Part of me like it, right? People say that, man, you should be a lawyer, right? Because I like the conflict, right? I like to see people sometimes go back and forth, point out this, point out that. You know, as long as we be respectful, you know, all fun in the game.
So nothing's actually on until you're actually in the ring. So yeah, we're nowhere near that at the moment.
Can you understand why, like, us as fans, like, we're desperate for this fight because it's like two British heavyweight champions, undisputed fight. Do you know what I mean? For selfishly as boxing fans like me and everybody in here, we're looking at you and going, Tyson, please give us some good news and stuff like that. Selfishly, I mean, like, but we want the fight. I'm guessing that you definitely want the fight. You've called for Joshua for long enough, so.
Woo! This interviewer is bagging, boy. Hey, this interviewer. Please, come on, please. We back for someone. Please. His favorite song, even though I think this, you know, he sounds like he's white from the UK. I believe his favorite song is by a black group called The Temptations, and is if I have to beg and plead for your sympathy, I don't mind, 'cause it mean that much to me. Ain't too proud to beg, sweet darling. Please don't leave me, girl. Please don't go. They said a crying man is half a man with no sense of pride. But if I have to cry to keep you, I don't mind weeping if it keeps you by my side. I don't know. Guys, listen, if you don't know The Temptations, I was raised by my grandparents. God rest their soul. Wonderful, amazing people. They had me growing up and stuff like that, man. Big Temptation fan. But let's keep going, man.
Can you do on your part, if anything?
Can't do nothing. No. It's out of my hands. Nothing to do with me. It's not to do with me at all. I'm just a boxer. There's a lot of things behind the scenes going on.
Behind the scenes? What do you mean?
That can alter a fight.
To me, honestly, Tyson Fury is telling you guys straight up, right? He said, listen, no matter what you thought in the Deontay Wilder fight, there was a contract. And the contract did not state that if it's a close fight, then the other loser has a chance to do a rematch. It didn't state that. It states the loser, I'm thinking, the loser has a chance to offer a rematch. That's what it said. Fury, who didn't even have a belt, had the option for a rematch if he would have lost. Wilder, who had the belt, had an option to get his belt back if he lost. And Tyson Fury is telling you right here, he's telling you right here that there are things going on that I can't control. Listen again. Listen.
It's not to do with me at all. I'm just a boxer. There's a lot of things behind the scenes going on, like I say, that can alter a fight. Do I think I'm going to be fighting Joshua in the next 10 minutes? Hell no. Do I think the fight will eventually happen sooner or later? Yes. It has to happen. But do I think it's imminent right next minute? No, I don't. Listen, we've seen Mayweather and Pacquiao. How long did that go?
Did I not go back enough?
That sort of died a dead.
Hold up.
Do I think it's do I think I'm going to be fighting Joshua in the... There's a lot of things behind the scenes.
Here we go.
Going on.
Listen, a lot of things. Listen to this. There's a lot of things behind the scenes going on. Talking about the court case and talking about Top Rank, MTK, and Matchroom. There's a lot of things going on. But he's telling you, as of right now, that Super UK Undisputed fight It is not signed, sealed, and it's going to be delivered. It's not. Now, it could happen. Tyson Fury could just be blowing smoke, right? Blowing smoke, trying to get him to sweeten his pot a little bit longer. Or he could be telling the truth. Because he's telling you, listen, there's things going on. I thought the contract was over. I thought if we play along with the date and push it past the date, then it was over. I didn't realize the fine print will have us doing this. The Dulcer, who you call Wilder, is still in very much play of getting the shot that was in contract. That was only delayed because a pandemic hit and people was not having audience in their stadiums or venues.
Nothing. No. It's out of my hands. Nothing to do with me. It's nothing to do with me at all. I'm just a boxer. There's a lot of things behind the scenes going on, like I say, that can alter a fight. Do I think I'm going to be fighting Joshua in the next 10 minutes? Hell no. Do I think the fight...
This is an interview that if you're a UK fan, and I get it, right? You want to see undisputed on your soil, and that's probably, most countries, right? If Andy Ruiz was champion, and let's say Chris Arreola was the other champion, and I can see Mexico wanting this fight in Mexico, right? They want this fight there. Because, it's something that, for a hometown fight, it's big for hometown fighters. Because they know that at the end of the day, even if their fighter don't win, your country wins because the champion is going to be from your country. So I understand why this video got so many dislikes. And I would say 99% of those dislikes are from UK people, because from every time I read an email, like let's see, showing Klitschko rematch vibes. See this guy right here talking about Tyson Fury. He said he's showing Klitschko rematch vibes. The only lineal that has never defended a title. He ain't lying though. He's not lying. He's not half changed his tune. He seems to be getting ready to run for them heels again. Yet again, no title defenses. Dulcer, the UK is turning on Tyson Fury, man. They turning on him, man. They flipping. They are flipping, guys. Listen, what are you guys' thoughts on this? Let's keep going. And I'm gonna do this, right? Because I can give just a few more minutes, but in case somebody did want to call in and chime in on if you believe him, if you're not, if you think it's going to happen or not, from what you heard or what you know, or if you've seen the video, you can call in now, 314-884-1013. I answer your call. Give me a few moments. If you do call, so I can say, oh, okay, I got that going already. And we get you in there.
Eventually happen sooner or later, yes. It has to happen. But do I think it's imminent? Right next minute? No, I don't. Listen, we've seen Mayweather and Pacquiao. How long did that go on for?
I know, but that sort of died a death. That fight was sort of like a wet fish. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but then when it finally did happen, it was the most pay-per-view fight in history, even though it was a wet fish.
Yeah.
Right now, Tyson Fury is trying to sell us that the Joshua fight doesn't have to be next, right? He's comparing it to Pacquiao versus Floyd Mayweather. He's saying, listen, even though it might have been a wet fish, but it's still the biggest fight and made him out gross amount of money. He said, even if I don't fight Anthony Joshua next, even if it's basically pushed off 2 or 3 years, it's only going to make that fight that much bigger.
Phil did just under 5 million buys, so suggest it's just the biggest fight ever in history.
Yeah.
So yeah, when it finally does happen, then I'm sure that we'll all get to see it. But I'm not going to hold my breath for it, that's for sure. I'm not
going to hold his breath.
In one basket because I've been
no eggs in one basket.
And then these fights don't happen. And then I end up in a massive depression and feel like killing myself.
Oh,
so
damn!
I'm not gunning to say, oh, this fight's definitely happening in May, June, August, whatever.
God.
If it happens, great. If it doesn't, I can't do anything about it.
So that's probably the best way for you to look at it, obviously.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's the way I look at all these fights. Wilders, anybody. So I'm open to fight Fred Flintstone and his cousin. I've got 2 fights this year, and I don't give a fuck who it is with.
Woo!
I don't care. I don't care if it's Joe Bloggs, Fred Flintstone, Mike Tyson,
To me, it sounds like, listen to this, right? I got 2 fights for this year. I don't care who it is. To me, this right here sounds like he just want to get out the contract. He's obligated for 2 more fights, and he just want to get it over. He don't care if it's Joshua next or not. He just want to get it over. And I think he has 2 more fights with ESPN. Now, let me run this across you guys, right? Is he thinking, because remember, he compared this to Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather. Is Tyson Fury thinking, if I don't fight Joshua this year, and I fight Wilder and I beat Wilder, and then I fight a Joe Blow, I do a mandatory defense after that, right? I fight Wilder and then I do a mandatory defense. After that, I have fulfilled my obligation with ESPN. I am out of contract, which means I get more money back in my pocket, because at that time I will only have MTK Global and dealing with just Matchroom, and I get more money. And especially if I can stay undefeated, the fight will actually be bigger than it is now. Could he be thinking that, or is that just T-Dub being T-Dub and just trying to come up with different ways? Just give you guys food for thought for what you guys might think.
I just want to fight this year.
Hold on.
Tyson, mate.
Smash the like button. Guys, what's going on? Smash the like button. Subscribe to the channel. You already know. We've been here before. Smash it. If you like, man, I don't like this show, hit the like button anyway. I don't care. You come in here, you smash the like, you know what I'm saying? Treat this place like when you walk into here, like the lights off. What do you do when you go in your house? Lights off, you come in, you click the lights on, right? Boom. You come in here, come to my house, open door, turn lights on, sit down, enjoy yourself, and let T-Dub cook. Because when I'm cooking, your neighbors can smell it. I'm like barbecue. I got the whole block smelling it, but they don't even know where it's coming from. Let's go.
Come back, you never know.
Yeah.
Tyson v. Tyson.
Yeah, definitely be a big one.
Definitely. You mentioned Wilder there. I mean, obviously, after you beat him in Vegas, he came up with numerous excuses and stuff like that. And some might say he's through Breland under the.
Oh, look at this guy. Look at this guy. Trying to get Wilder to go. Trying to get Fury to go at Deontay Wilder about firing his former coach. But you know what I don't get, guys? Listen. Here's what I don't get. Why is Deontay Wilder getting so much slack for letting go Breland, who wasn't even his head coach? But Dylan White made a coaching change. Andy Ruiz made a coaching change. But we're not saying anything, right? We're not saying. I think Kovalev made a coaching change. Who else I'm thinking about? There's another guy. Danny Jacobs made a coaching change. Why is Deontay Wilder for letting go a coach on his staff? Why does he get so much slack? I mean, no matter what he thinks, that's his thoughts. Now you can say that maybe he shouldn't have went public with it. Maybe he should have. We had nothing to do with that. I don't have nothing to do with that, right? But let's keep cooking.
Do you feel like he's done that with his comments against?
I don't know. I'm not interested in anything they got to say. None of my business. I'm sure Emery's relationship with his boxing trainer is up to him, and none of my concern. But you know, Wilder, don't write Wilder off out the occasion. He could fight me next. Who knows? I could have.
Tyson Fury is telling you guys who had already scratched off Deontay Wilder's name, who already put that white out over Deontay Wilder's name, who erased him off your chalkboard, who pretty much tried to get rid of him. He's telling you guys, hold up, wait a minute. Before you pick that pen up,
I'm sure Emery's relationship
don't write
with
him
his
off.
boxing trainer is up to him, and none of my concern. But you know, Wilder, don't write Wilder off out the occasion either. He could be fighting me next. Who knows? I could have a third trilogy with Wilder yet. Like I say, a lot of stuff going on.
Here's my thing, right? Tyson Fury said, "I'll fight anybody next. Fred Flintstone, Barney Rubble, the Three Musketeers." But I'm just being honest. If he would fight anybody next, why wouldn't he just honor his third trilogy with Deontay Wilder? And then if he beats Deontay Wilder, he has no more ties to Wilder. Everything is clear. There is nothing left behind. No stones unturned. And then go on and fight Anthony Joshua. If he fights Joshua, I would like Joshua to win, but I don't know. I might pick Fury to beat him, but I would probably want Joshua to win. But again, I don't see why that if what he's saying is true, he would fight anybody. There shouldn't be any arbitration or mediation going on with Deontay Wilder. The fight would have happened last month, guys. You guys realize that, right? Tyson Fury said he wanted to fight December 5th. He didn't fight. January, didn't fight. February, didn't fight. March, didn't fight. Well, hasn't fought yet, right? Not going to fight in March. They're not talking about him fighting to what, May, June, July? Guys, he could have already fought Deontay Wilder. I got to ask you a question, though. If Wilder was so easy, why not just fight Wilder? Get the 60 or 70 million dollars you're going to make off the pay-per-view, and then fight Anthony Joshua in June or July. Now, it can't happen like that now because we're already past the January, February months. But the way Tyson Fury is talking is that he doesn't want to fight Joshua next. He doesn't care about fighting Joshua next. There is nothing that has confirmed that this fight is really actually done to fight next. Everybody is telling us, oh, it's so close. Everything is agreed upon. It's so close. It's so close. It's so close. But here's Tyson Fury telling us that it's not that close. Who's lying? Question is, who's lying? Who's lying? Fury? Top Rank? Eddie? Somebody's lying. Somebody's lying. Somebody's lying. We might have to play who took the cookie from the cookie jar. Who, me? Couldn't be. Then who? Who's lying?
But you know, Wilder, don't write Wilder off out the occasion either. He could be fighting me next. Who knows? I could have a third trilogy with Wilder yet. Like I say, a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes. There's a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes, and you know, Wilder might be next. Who knows?
We'll see.
We'll see.
Would you bring these fights to the UK?
No. I won't ever box here again.
Oh, really?
Look at that. He would never fight in the UK again. If you didn't hear the last word because I paused it, he said finished.
Well, that's actually made me feel. you don't.
The superstar of world boxing. He ain't gonna box in a small old show somewhere.
The superstar of world boxing is not finna fight in some small show.
It's got to be in the capital of entertainment.
He's saying the capital is it has to be in the capital of entertainment, which he is saying is in the USA. But let's see if he gets more specific.
My home city now is Vegas. For my last
Las Vegas.
Fights there. My last 4 fights has been California. Staples Center,
yeah.
MGM Grand Garden
Listen
Arena,
to him. Listen to him.
T-Mobile Arena.
Listen.
MGM. So they've all been over there. So I intend to stay there and end my career over there.
In my career over there.
Exclusive here for Ever TV, which is good. I want to get your thoughts on the heavyweight scene right now. We've got Dillian White and
wow. Well, guys, TW got to get it back to his regular job. Open the lines up, but nobody really wanted to chime in on it. I took a peek at the chat. I haven't caught up on it, but it seemed like my boy Expert Genius and my boy Jose Flores are going back and forth debating about Fury. I have not caught up on it. But listen, I hope you guys, there's nothing wrong with verbal sparring. Again, shout out to Jose Flores coming in, guys. Let me get that Lola dance for him. Coming in. Cash App champion of the day, of this video for sure. Jose Flores, 5 logs on the fire just to keep the blaze burning. I appreciate it. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Here's the thing, man. Let me cut the music. We'll call this the ending, the final cut. We don't know what's going to happen next with Tyson Fury, Joshua Wilder. I do believe Fury when he said that there's a lot of things that's going on in the back end that people don't know about. I believe he is referring to the court, the mediation, arbitration with Wilder, with Top Rank, MTK, and also Matchroom. As much as they are pushing it to us, the public, that this mega fight, which Joshua versus Fury would be a mega fight, just like Wilder versus Fury or Wilder versus Joshua. Those are mega fights. And they all should fight each other, I think, more than once. Fury versus Joshua, it's not a certified, signed, delivered. It's not there. It's not there. And he's letting you know that the Wilder, who he said that he would never fight again, is actually still in play to fight him next. It is not guaranteed. I believe guaranteed would be the end of this arbitration. If the arbitration comes out that Fury is not obligated to fight Wilder next, but he will need to pay Wilder what Wilder was potentially losing by not fighting him next, which Wilder can be like, potentially losing $60 or $70 million. And if he does that, I believe in arbitration that could be binding, where if it goes out that way, Fury could possibly have to pay, if he don't want to fight him, he would probably have to pay Wilder a buttload of money if ruling go against him. So then you got to ask yourself, do you want to pay Wilder a butthole of money, or would you just rather fight him again and make money yourself? See, if Fury fights Wilder again, he makes money and Wilder makes his money. If he doesn't fight Wilder again and arbitration does not go his way, he could have two options: to either fight Wilder and make money with him, or pay this man what this man is potentially losing by not getting his rematch. That is a chance for him to regain being champion again, a chance for him making 60 or 70 some million, and in future income losses by him not getting this fight. So we don't know what's going to happen. Oh, in the building, there she is, the one, the only Poetic Kills. Talk to me, holler at your boy. Woo! In the building says, my boy Jose Flores says, peace out, T-Dub. Much love to the chat. Yes, yes. Poetic Kills coming in. She had me at a hella low. The greatest commentator. You know it. You know it. Von Lee Gayman. What's up, champ? All right, guys. Salute. Smash the like button. If you're in here, you haven't smashed the like button yet, I appreciate it. If you haven't subscribed yet, go and take a second to subscribe. Help the channel grow by growing with the channel. Until next time, and as always, salute to you. Salute to me. Here it is.